Well, good morning, everyone. How you doing? Hope you're having a great start to your day. We'll wait a few seconds here as folks come on here this morning. You get your notice. Here we go. Jose, good morning. Your first one up. Kristen, how you doing? John, Elgin, Illinois. Pauline, Rosa, and Nick from our staff. Kevin, Oshawa. Fran, how are you? Carrie, Nebraska. Rosalinda, Niagara Falls. Sue, Nancy, Wendy from Markham, good morning. Mary, Marina, Deer Lake, Maria. You guys are so wonderful. Mary, how are you? And Susan, good morning. Jordan, how is you? Dubravka, how you doing? Marilyn, Mary Jane from Connecticut. Jocelyn, Sturgeon Falls. Barbara, good morning. Brenda, Bob Cajun, beautiful. Francis, how are you? From Vaughan. Amanda, good morning. Timmons. And Dubravka is telling me she's from Mississauga. Pam, how are you? Sudbury. Linda, Jeanette from our staff. Wanda, Virginia. Debbie, good morning. Rama and Nina, New York. And Frank, good morning. Sudbury. Bev, Kay, good morning. Alabama. Wendy, Alliston, Nativity. Thanks for coming on, guys. Jenny and Dale. Okay, a couple more, we'll get going. I got so many stories. Linda, Pennsylvania. Hey, 2 Lindas in a row. Good morning. Bruno, how are you? Barbara, Atlanta. Well, good morning, Atlanta. Gwen, Catherine, Springdale, Newfoundland. And Claudie, bonjour. Colette, how are you? Okay, guys, I don't know how many I'm going to get to this morning, but real interesting studies. Real interesting studies. Which one do I want to start with? Well, yesterday we talked about fake news. And, an article about in the Toronto Star considering the overdosing, the dangers of vitamin D. I'll tell you guys, it takes my breath away when I think about it. Takes my breath away. So, look, let me give you another study that came out yesterday on vitamin D. You got to know where to look, that's all. And again, you won't hear it on mainstream media, but listen to this. It literally is astounding. Okay, so let me get the headline for you and show you this because it's incredible. I was making notes last night on it. Okay, so here's the headline. What is the best? Okay, I'm asking the question, but I'm going to give you the answer. What is the best sunscreen that you can use? Okay? That protects you from cancer, especially melanoma, the deadly skin cancer. What's the number one sunscreen you can use? Okay, so is it a trick question? A little bit. But I just want to see if anybody if anyone will get this. I'm waiting. I just see. I'll let some people scroll by, and all these people are saying hello to me. And I appreciate that. I never get to enough of you, coming on, and we appreciate vitamin D, Sue, D3, yes, yes. Maggie, I like it. Rivera, coconut oil. It's one of the things that I use. Somebody else, Viderma. Connie, you got it. It's the answer. Vitamin D, Reem, you got it. A hat. I like that, Sandy. Coconut oil, Marianne. I love coconut oil, okay? And Rita, vitamin D. The shade, yep. It's all things I talk to you about, right? But listen to this. And Rosa Marie, vitamin D. Yep, you're right. Shade, clothes, Renee. Yep. All of those things I talk about, right? If you've been listening to me over the years, but I got to tell you about this study. Carol saying cover up, okay? I like that because you're right. But, Fran, Viderma, no sunscreen, right? Here's what this study said, okay? And here's how it works, too. Viderma, okay, our trademark name for the Martin Clinic for the sunlight, for the sun rays hitting you. What do we call it? Viderma. When did we do that? A couple of years ago at the start of the virus, the lockdowns. What did we do? We wanted people to take care of their immune system, and you and I were reminding everyone that the best thing you could do was to get in the sun. Okay? Get in the sun. And when you can't get in the sun, you take vitamin D. But here's something very specific that I gotta tell you. You learn something every day. What did I learn from this study? When the sun hits your skin with no sunscreen, no coconut oil, no Rivera, no nothing. Okay? This is hot off the press, guys. Now, there's a lot of things. I actually wrote down from the study, there was 11 things that happened directly from sunlight. Amazing. And we could do I'm writing a book, so, sun, steak, and steel. I love it. Okay, but here's specifically what happens. When the sun, the UVB especially, but even the UVA, from the radiation of the sun, when it hits your skin, it stimulates, interesting, the microbiome, the bacteria on your skin. When it hits your skin, it stimulates the bacteria, the microbiome. You got bacteria everywhere. I read the other day that we got 48, I don't know who counted, 48 or 49 trillion bacteria on average in our body. I said, what? Trillion, not billion. Okay, so you're not going to overdose on, because people ask me the question, can a baby take too much probiotic? Not really. If we got 48 or 49 trillion bacteria on our body. But let me get back to the topic. When the sun, Viderma, hits your skin, it stimulates the microbiome. The microbiome, I didn't even know this. I always told you, you're a human solar panel, right? Every cell in your body has an antenna, okay? It's looking for sunlight. How can that be bad for you? If your batteries, and this is another topic, even your mitochondria, your battery packs within your cells, okay? They're looking for vitamin D from the sun. But think about this. Okay, so what happens? One, when the sun hits your skin, the little bacteria microbiome, it charges their little batteries. Amazing. And then those microbiome on your skin protect you from melanoma, skin cancer, the deadly one. And people still avoid the sun. It's the boogeyman. According to Johnson & Johnson, who wants you to lather yourself up with sunscreen. And I don't know how many times I've repeated this. It's the craziest thing in the world to do. The sun hits your skin, doesn't even get to the skin first. Like it gets to the bacteria on your skin that you can't even see. That microbiome, by the way, it's another reason to not over clean your skin. Like I want you to take a shower. I want you to take baths. I'm not talking about, but don't overdo it. And never put any of that chemical sanitizer, like I follow people. I followed a lady into the grocery store the other day. You would think that I was an alien following her because she was scared skinny that I was in her space. Triple masked, a face shield. I thought she was from another planet. And then I watched her sanitize the grocery cart and then take 5 minutes to, it was like she was getting ready for surgery. Like hands, forearms, and that girl has not a microbiome left. Like it's gone. Okay, and I don't want to get political. Okay, don't come back at me and say, yeah, but doc, we got a virus. I know we have. I know. All I'm talking about, and all I've ever talked about, is the immune system, but part of the immune system on your skin. Imagine. And it gets activated by the sun. I love it. Isn't that wonderful? The little bacteria, they have an antenna looking for the sun. And they're so happy when they get it. And then they say, okay, no cancer here. We won't allow it. Oh, your body is fearfully and wonderfully made, guys. I don't know how, when you, the more, it's like going up into space, right? And the more powerful the the telescopes are, the more we realize, holy moly, we're just a little speck of dust here on the planet Earth. You know what I mean? Like there's so many, the universe is so incredible, so the more and more, but my expertise is in biology, you see that microscope back there? I'm looking at minutia. And you know what we know? We know nothing. The more we study, the more we see, the more powerful the microscopes are, the more we understand. Wow. Fearfully and wonderfully made, Psalm 139. You're not an accident. I'm sorry. You're not. But wow, these bacteria, they get supercharged. I love it. I love it. Vitamin D. Now, did you get our email this morning? You didn't? You should have. You make sure you sign up for the email. We showed you, okay, this morning, email. We showed you a cancer cell, an ovarian cancer. Again, you see, because of the technology that wasn't available. I lived remember, I went to school in the days of Noah, okay? Like a long time ago, and we thought we were smart in school, right? We know everything. No, you know what we found out? We didn't know much. And I learn every day, and it's unreal. But, look at that video. It's right in the email. You can look at it, how T cells, your Navy SEALs of your immune system, how they destroy a cancer, ovarian cancer. They're showing T cells making, it's unreal. I think, and you can Google this, by the way. Google videos of macrophages, which are white blood cells, chasing a bacteria around. I used to show patients that. You see, I said, you're fighting an infection as we speak. What? I said, look, you want to see the war? You want to see the war going on? You should see your white blood cells. Look. And they would chase, and I mean it, chase around this bacteria. Viruses you can't see. Well, not with that microscope. But you can see bacteria. And you can see white blood cells. Active. Let me just say this. Every time you go to a doctor, and I mean this, I love blood testing, right? You know that. And I agree with it. I want your HDL. Don't send me your blood work unless you're going to send me that stuff. Okay? I don't mind looking at your blood work. I don't mind it. Triglycerides, HDL, give me your A1C if you can. Give me your vitamin D. Give me your B12. Give me your TSH numbers. I like looking at those numbers. Okay? You want to give me total cholesterol? I don't even look at it. I'm not interested. It doesn't mean anything. Okay? So I like blood work, one. But every doctor, every physician ought to have a microscope in his office. Why? Because you take a little drop of blood and you put it under 3200 power, and you don't have to spend an hour. A doctor just said, let's just have a look and see. I'll tell you, you can look at the activity of your white blood cells. You can see, amazing. If you got garbage in your blood that doesn't belong there. It's one of the ways of diagnosing leaky gut. Anyways, I don't want to get sidetracked. But the more powerful the microscope is, okay, we see things are unreal. And what they see is microbiome bacteria getting supercharged by the sun. Now, you know I'm big on supplements of vitamin D because most people can't get the sun for a lot of times in the year, because we live in northern Ontario. Now, it's sunny today. I was in the sun yesterday. It was beautiful. I got my Viderma yesterday, okay? But we went through the month of April, like it was freezing cold. We didn't get the memo on climate change in northern Ontario. We didn't get it. Wasn't heating up. Isn't that an incredible study, guys? If you literally, the best sunscreen, now you know me, I like coconut, a mixture of coconut oil. I like Viderma, Rivera. We formulated that skin product. I love it. I use it every day. And they've shown that it takes out the bad radiation from the sun. But you know what? Getting some sun on your skin. Think of that. Think of that. Even your face in the winter. Your microbiome gets activated. Amazing. To give you protection against skin cancer. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something. You are part of a very, very, very exclusive group. I'll tell you why. Because I can almost guarantee you, you will never see this study in the mainstream media. You won't see it. There's no money in Viderma. You can't patent it. And therefore, it will not be a headline. But that's my job. My job is to look at these studies and teach them to you so that you know what the truth is. People who get melanoma, this is a fact, are people that don't get in the sun. And it's never just a lack of sun, by the way. People that get melanoma, here's what I found over the years. They were always metabolically unwell. They were metabolically unwell. They were part of the 88% of the population that had insulin resistance. And insulin resistance will have a big effect on your skin. Everything else too. Starting with the liver. but your skin is affected by it. By what you eat. By what you eat. Guys, sugar is so destructive. Crappy carbs are so destructive. Do I have time? All right, let's do this one. I'm going to talk to you about another. So did you get the memo did you get the memo? Get in that sun. You don't have to burn. I don't want burning. So those of you my smart followers saying cover up, wear a hat, yeah, for sure. Cover up, get in the shade, whatever. Don't put no chemicals on your skin. That's the memo. You're destroying your microbiome when you put chemicals on your skin. Don't do it. You can't see them, but they're on your side. Okay? They're on your side. Now, here's one, okay? This is on, and I'll do, just because we're on the topic of, we were talking about melanoma, the most deadly of all skin cancers. Let me get you, I think we got time to do this, okay? We have time to do this. Wait a minute, where is it? Lung cancer. Lung cancer. It's still the #1 killing cancer. It's the leading cancers of all cancers. Smoking has gone down like never before. Smoking has gone down like never before. And at first, when that happened, okay, when that happened in the 80s, maybe even the late 70s, when smoking went down, lung cancer went down. But lung cancer is doing this again. Way up. It's the #1 killer of all cancers. And here's what they found. When you get lung cancer, when you were a smoker, I mean, obviously, a lot of free radical damage and aging of the cells and the tissue in the lungs, blah, blah, blah. But one thing they found was smokers produced a lot of what they call aldehydes. Very toxic substance on the lungs. And today, we have so much lung cancer that it's the #1 cancer. The most prevalent of all cancers that kill you is lung cancer today. And people are not smoking. And it's not even secondhand smoke. None of that. Everybody and their dog knows that smoking's no good for you. Please. Okay? Please. We all know that. If there's a doctor that tells you to smoke, they used to. Well, I kind of get a chuckle out of it, okay? Because, you want to see how ignorant, if medicine doesn't, you have to get, you get smarter, hopefully. You learn lessons. But doctors in the 1940s and the 1950s, oh, you got a cough? Here, smoke, and it'll get it all out. It'll clean your lungs up. Ooh, my dad used to believe that. And then, but smoking has gone down and lung cancer has gone way up. The same process, aldehydes. You know what they're finding out? It's caused by 2 things. Not the environment. People would think it's the environment, and I'm sure that's a factor. Okay? Like, there's 100,000 new chemicals in the last, 60, 70 years that have been created, and they're all around us. We've talked about that. So the environment, but that's not what they're saying. This study is showing that the aldehydes that are formed, that are very destructive to the lungs and are a huge part of lung cancer, are formed by sugar and crappy carbohydrates. So when you go to a fast food chain and they cook even the chicken or the fries or whatever, processed foods, you know what happens? It creates aldehydes and skyrockets your chance of getting lung cancer. Now listen to this statistic. I got to get it for you. Listen to this. If you eat processed foods, sugar, and crappy carbs, that's the term that we coined at the Martin Clinic, the crappy carbs. Okay? 49%, almost 50, increase in lung cancer. If you eat processed food. And listen to this. Listen to this. I guess we could have done a whole session on this. Listen to this. 57.9% of the adults in the United States and Canada, 57.9% eat processed foods on a daily basis. They're not eating eggs, meat, and cheese. Or if they do, they're mixing it with a lot of processed foods. Almost 60% of adults. And then, listen to this, 67% of teenagers and children, 67% of their diet is processed food. Almost 70% of the things that they eat are processed. And you know what? They're not even talking about cereal, which is processed. Guys, why are we seeing so much lung cancer? Aldehydes formed from processed foods. It's what you put in your mouth every day. This is why when I get people on the metabolic reset, they're not getting any crappy carbs and they're not eating sugars. They're lowering their aldehydes in the lungs. Yep. 2 pretty interesting studies, right? One on melanoma. How you can protect yourself from that deadly skin cancer. The very thing that they think causes the cancer, the sun, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Now again, I always have to put the disclaimer because then there are always people coming after me. I'm telling you. Don't burn. Don't burn. Okay? Don't burn. Don't put chemicals on your skin. You're destroying your microbiome, the very thing that will protect you from skin cancer. And then, lung cancer, stop eating crap. Get off the sugars. Not easy. I didn't say it was. I talked to a lady the other day and she had me laughing. She said, "Can you give me something easier?" I thought that was, hilarious. I want something easy, Doc. Well, I said, I can give you something simple, but I can't give you anything that's easy. Because if you're a carbaholic, okay, and remember, it's like if you're an alcoholic, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, meaning that you're only one drink away, right? Now, food is a little bit different. You can have a little bit of, most people understand this fully. You can reward yourself. I believe in that big time. Now, you're an alcoholic, you don't reward yourself with alcohol. You can't, right? You can't. But if you're a carbaholic, okay, you gotta listen to your body and understand. Once you do the reset, especially, you really figure out that you and carbs have a terrible relationship. Carbs are not your friends. They're your enemies to your metabolic health. And when you figure that out, you see, that's the testimonies, okay, of people. They figured it out. They figured out how their body wants the best fuel in the world, not the crappy stuff. And once you get your mitochondria, your little batteries inside your cells, when they change fuels and they get the best stuff, they get the high octane fuel, they'll scream at you if you give it the wrong stuff. They'll say, "Why are you going back to those crappy carbs? Why are you doing that to me?" There's a reason this reset is 30 days, guys. I want your mitochondria talking back. They'll talk back. And for some, okay, on the reset, and I know I'm going down a path here, but let me finish with this. Some on the reset find it very difficult, especially in the first week or so. Stick with it, please. There's a process going on in your body as you change fuels, and get on the private Facebook group and we'll coach you through it. We'll coach you through it. I didn't say it was easy. "Oh, Doc, can you give me something easy?" Anything great accomplished in your life, I just going to tell you, my friend, never going to be easy. Never going to be easy. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay. Tomorrow's question and answer Friday. Hooray! Okay? People love that. I love it. Okay? Now, I just have to relax for a second here. I was getting excited again. Okay, guys, we love you. If you didn't get that email this morning, please go and sign up, okay, at the Martin Clinic, martinclinic.com. If you have not listened to our podcast, please download our podcast. The Doctor is in podcast. We're going to hit 1 million downloads. We've got, I don't know, on Facebook, are we at 10 million now? Be close. Incredible. That's you guys. Thank you. From coast to coast, all around the world. Canada, United States, all over. We love you. Isn't it nice to be loved? I love you. Talk to you soon.